Bom dia a todos. Okay, welcome back to another stream, and we're carrying out our flight now between Amsterdam Schiphol and Curacao in the Dutch Caribbean. Big congratulations to Curacao and the national team for finally making it to the World Cup. Glad to see you guys out there. FIFA 2026 in America. Congratulations, Curacao. This one's out for you. Alright, super. So we have been flying for a decent amount of time now. Flight started off in Amsterdam Schiphol, and we've passed essentially Princess Juliana, and we're now over the Caribbean Sea. Just about to jump in and commence our preparation for the arrival into Curacao. Air traffic control should be on in about 7 minutes. I'll get the headset on shortly, and yeah, we're gonna get the hopefully a good landing into Curacao. Let's see. Let me give you status review and I'll tell you what's going on. We're in the MD-11 here on VATSIM 2024, and the MD-11 of course by TFDi, who are the only ones who have made it since, I guess, PMDG back in the day. A little bit of turbulence of course, but we're not going to turn the seatbelt signs on. We'll start descent very, very soon, so I don't think anyone will be complaining really. Good. We've been flying now for 9.5 hours. Probably another 14 minutes in for the arrival, so it should be air time of about 10 hours, 10 minutes. The aircraft itself is currently running the extended simulation package, which means the likelihood of failure is currently set to normal, so we have to pay a little bit of additional attention on today's flight. Alright, so prep for the arrival. I wonder if my charts are already here. It would be ideal if they were. Alright, open up the charts. You want to select Curacao, Tango, November, Charlie. Oh, lovely. We have Lido charts. So RNAV star runway 11 is what I... Oh, and it's Jefferson after all. Okay, so let me tell you what the weather's like to get these things started. The weather in Curacao, 090 at 14 knots. Yeah, Lido is definitely better. 090 at 14 knots, greater than 10 kilometers visibility, 32 degrees Celsius. And QNH is standard, 1013, 67% relative. So based on the wind coming off from the east, I think it's fair to say we're expecting runway 11 for the arrival. And that's going to be, this is the arrival that we have now planned out for, is the Acora arrival. We're going to come in from Acora to Charlie 107 below level 100. And then from there to Aglis, Buxan, and then eventually to Tebek, from where we'll start the ILS or localized approach runway 11 from Tebek. Straight in, nothing fancy here. 114, 119, practically sea level. Missed approach has a lowish, initially you're climbing to 2,000 feet. Once you're upbound, then you do a climbing left into 2,500. So if you end up going around here, you need to maintain 2,000 until you pass the VOR, then 2,500. So likely going to be a bit of vertical speed on that. Transition level is quite low at 40, so we have to accomplish the approach checklist after we get there. Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna do a Cat 1 ILS 232, comply with all the visibility stuff. That's looking good. And the 3-degree glide slope. Really nothing crazy to talk about here at this airport. Once you land, there's a giant displaced threshold. Once we land somewhere around there, we're gonna try exit on Echo or Alpha, and then we'll end up at the terminal building here. That's going to be one of these gates as assigned to us. This is for EASA air operators. There's a difference. So yeah, here we are. Category D, straight in ILS with the full lighting system available. 232. We're going to round it up to 2. Yeah, that's it. That's arrival briefing. Let's go ahead and make sure that's in the box. Acora, Charlie 107, Aglis, Buxan, KBEB, and then the ILS 11. All the restrictions are in fact there. Takeoff and approach. We are going to do a flaps 35 landing, and Minimum clean is 192, so we're on the lighter side of things as far as the MD-11 is concerned. We've got V approach of 146, but we're going to do this thing half of the headwind, all of the gusts. So half of the headwind is going to be 7 knots that we're going to add to the to what the FMC says. So 148 is actually going to be our approach speed. Maybe I can go ahead and set that up. Yes, I can. Lovely. Now I need to set the minimums, which on this airplane is this way. We're going to set barrel minimum 240. set on the captain side. You make sure the FO sets that as well for themselves. It's going to be barrel 240. And that's it. Frequency, that's something else we need to check. This plane has nav radios, localizer calls, ILS and course. So the ILS is going to be as briefed, 1119, and the inbound course will be 114. There's not a crazy lot to talk about. Lock only? No, we're doing using both. And that's it. Oop. We're gonna double chime now. The controller's coming online. Let's check in. Let's say hello. Caribbean FSS has called us. Let's say hi. Caribbean 1313. 131. Decimal 3.
When ready, descend flight level 110 to be leveled at Lugo, American 3315.
Caribbean Control, good afternoon, American 950 Heavy, flight level 360 with you.
American 950, hello, Caribbean Control, radar contact. Correction, no, Squawk 5501.
5501, American 950.
Caribbean Control, very good evening, KLM 165, flight level 380, inbound, 100 knots from Scapa.
Kilo 165, Caribbean Control, cleared Scapa to Alpha, radar contact.
Scapa to Alpha, KLM 165.
Caribbean Control, good afternoon. KLM 163, flight level 400, Project Silver.
KLM 163, Caribbean Control, hello, cleared to Cora 1 Bravo, arrival, descend when ready, flight level 250.
Cora 1 Bravo arrival, pilot's discretion, descend and maintain level 250. KLM 163. Alright, flight level 250.
Control, hello, it's Basic Jet 322, we're at the Cayman Islands, we are ready to copy IFR to St. Martin.
Mission 322, hello, call you, sorry, it's flight level 245 and above.
Oh, okay, Roger, sorry for that. We'll call you when.
Alright, flight level 250 is set.
Caribbean Control, American 2738, flight level 390.
American 2738, Caribbean Control, I request radar contact.
Cargo looks 120, flight level 290.
Cargo X51, Caribbean Control, Squawk 3542, and report your requested flight level.
3542, Cargo looks 51.
From the flight stop.
Caribbean Control, American Infinity, flight level 370, coming upon, yeah.
I'm here, I just need to go off.
Sorry, just stand by where your scopes crash. Cargo X5, just confirm your requested flight level.
Currently, I am flight level 290. Going to be needing higher shortly, but got to get a correct weight balance here in just a second.
Roger. American 1080, Caribbean Control. Hello, are you identified? For descent when you are ready, flight level 110 to be level by Sligo and report your Mach number.
Roger, 11,000 pilots discretion, and
Folks,
we're
away
at
'cause I
Mach
need to prepare some stuff.
0 for American City.
American 1080, Roger, maintain Mach decimal light 0 or greater, cross Sligo after maintain, flight level
Well, I'm still
110.
here, but you know.
Roger,
Stuff
Sligo, flight level 110, American Canadian, and maintaining Mach 0.80 command.
American 2738, reduce the Mach decimal 75, report ready for descent.
Mach 75, American 2738.
Cargolux 51, no further ACC, continue with advisory. Goodbye now.
Cargolux 51, I'm good advisory. Good day.
So in our case,
Very well. 2959,
we have
so
to see
Caribbean
yet
control,
first.
flight level 340.
they should be
American
coming up
2959,
soon,
Caribbean
I hope.
Control, hello, squawk 5635.
Squawk 5635, American 2959 hours.
Oh, I'm lying. So, yep, we have our TNCC, which is Curacao approach is just coming on. Maybe we're just coming into their sort of purview. Curacao terminal area is now available. And the ATIS we're receiving now. Expect ILS approach runway 11, visual approaches on request, transition level 40, 114 as we talked about, the wind 32 degrees, 1013, information. The descent point at the core is coming up soon. In about 40 miles, so we'll be there before we know it. So I think we're going to end up flying practically the full star as prescribed. There's not much going on, in fact. It's just that turn as we saw on the JEP chart. Nevertheless, I like to keep myself aware,
That's all.
and we should, or I shall, to
Caribbean Control, American 2738, Thomas drop.
AVOR for us. So it's going to be Papa Juliet Golf that we're receiving already.
American 2738, descent flight level 250.
Descent flight level 250, American 2738.
One of the ABC. We're trying to get your for sound. Here's Papa Juliet Golf 1. Get that too. Alright, we should have it on both sides now. Performance there, legs on that side. And we're about 150 miles at flight level 400. Let's say we can start to send up at 130, 140, so in 9 miles per hour.
Caribbean Control, this is Delta 9577, how do you read? Delta 9577, hello, Caribbean Control, read U5, recycle transponder, squawk 5.
So I'm not entirely sure how the reverses are going to work for us today. I
what was that
don't think
last
I've
part?
configured them, so we're going to go ahead with
5552,
minimum.
and are you on a star?
And the dial flap
Yeah,
needs to be
we,
set to 50,
let's see here.
which was actually part of the
I'm on
takeoff flow.
the
Which I
Joshi 3
haven't
arrival,
remembered to
looking
do
for the
until
ILS
just
runway
now.
10
So we're going to dial the
approach.
flaps that you see as we move
That's
this knob.
9577, Roger,
The
clear
stop for the
Joshi
flap
3
lever
arrival, clear
moves as well,
direct
so we're going to
Joshi.
go ahead and press flaps 15 as a dial flap number.
That's 9577, Roger, clear Joshi 3 arrival, clear direct Joshi.
Right, Boomy Girl, you said there's whisper and loud, so you can barely hear me, or you can barely hear the air traffic controller. I need to know which you're getting.
That's 9577, yeah, I've just left my airspace now. No further ATC, continue with advice, say goodbye.
Whisper and loud. Okay, so I'm guessing that's got to do with how close my face is to the microphone. So when I'm flying, it will be like this. So I guess I need to talk louder. Maybe that's gonna help.
Academy Flight Services, Delta 1156.
And I'm back. Thank you very much.
Delta 1156, Caribbean Control. Hello, contact, what's his name, sorry. Curacao Terminal, 119.8, goodbye.
So here we are at the descent point. Let's see if it does hit by
Academy
itself.
Flight Services,
Next
Delta
frequency will be
1156. Sorry about that. My
198
headset didn't quite work. Try again.
The profile is armed when
Sir,
you
yeah,
flight
that's
level
American 407
flight level
with you,
250,
flight
so
level
should get that descent
350.
started.
American 407, Caribbean Control, squawk 5622.
5622.
Academy Flight Services unable. I'll disconnect. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No problem, see you soon.
Alright, for me this is a good time as any to start, so let's go ahead and idle clamp it to
And a Caribbean
25,000
Control,
feet.
it's 2738. Do you control St. Thomas?
Not top down, sir, I only cover up to flight level 250, correction, 240, so I will hand you off in about a minute or so.
And Roger, let me just check, does the Caribbean use CTAP or is it just Unicom?
It will be CTAF.
Roger.
American 29,
Forgot about
59,
CTAF
no
at the
further
Caribbean.
ATC, advisory, goodbye.
American 59. Thanks, bye-bye.
American 407, we're not
407.
La 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 la. Okay, so we're descending at Mach 0.80.
Kilo 163, contact.
Transitioning
Let's
to
see, contact
310
Curacao
knots.
Terminal, 119.8, goodbye. Kilo 163, contact Curacao Terminal, 119.8, goodbye.
Curacao Terminal 1198, KLM 163, goodbye. Curacao Terminal, here we go. Curacao Terminal. Yes, there we are.
Gemini 6277, proceed direct Marax.
Direct Marax, Gemini 6277.
Curacao Terminal, good afternoon. KLM 163 Heavy, MD-11, passing flight level 295, level 250, information India.
LM 163 Heavy, Curacao Terminal, hello, your radar contact sending through flight level 280. Information India is current at Curacao. Expect the ILS runway 11 approach.
Expect ILS approach runway 11, we have India 1013, KLM 613.
And KLM 63 again, continue descent to flight level 80.
Continue descent to level 80, KLM 163. Descent to level 80, so the idle clamp is now active to level 80. This airplane is swinging. Well, I'll give the MD-11 this. She drops like a stone. We're doing about... How quick are we descending? 4,800 foot per minute. This is with the speed brakes. That just gives you an idea how dependent on thrust the aircraft is. So something we need to watch out for on the MD-11 is the approach speed is generally high for the weight or for the
At the approach, good afternoon.
for the weight. So what you want to do is when you flare, you don't want to flare too much because then you're back in the air. But you don't want to cut the power too early because then you're slamming it in. So it's a balance. That's what makes this airplane a little bit interesting to fly. I see we got a bit of a amber there on the speed. So I think it is exciting speed. Let's go ahead and set something
Juliet Lima
like
Echo
290
Yankee
knots and
7.
let the airplane follow that. Pitch for 290 knots on idle climb at 1000. Practically full flight, so I'll take this moment to also get the cab started. So let's get the people signs on and we'll say that we can no longer speak.
Papa Juliet Lima Echo Yankee, your startup is approved, QNH 1013. Information India is current, runway 11 in use, and correction, squawk 3145.
Copy the India UNH, squawk 3145.
Papa Juliet Lima Echo Yankee, that's correct, advise when ready for taxi.
Right.
And Papa Juliet Lima Echo Yankee, just to confirm, are you VFR or IFR?
IFR.
Ah, okay, I got confused for a second. I have a small adjustment to the clearance. You're cleared to Beatrix via the Aruba 1 kilo departure, runway 11, climb to flight level 60, and the squawk remains the same, 3145.
Because we really are dropping very quickly.
Roger, clear to Aruba via Aruba 1 kilo, climbing to 060. Yeah, got the squawk.
Correct, call me when ready for taxi.
Roger.
Right, this is a bit embarrassing. We're about 70 miles out and at 14,000 feet. I don't think we need all of this, so we're gonna go ahead and use vertical speed now. We'll do a nice 1500 foot per minute descent. and we'll let the path show. Yeah, I guess maybe an older airplane doesn't really have the same nice, I guess, slippery characteristics of modern airplanes. So that descent on a 737, we'd probably still be at level 2 something now, and obviously we're 8,000 feet lower on an MD-11. So, well, that's interesting. I'll bring that vertical speed back to 1,000. You want to see the outside of the airplane? Of course you can. It's going to be allowed, so adjust your volume. There she is. Tri-jet MD-11. Let me turn this down for us a little bit so we're not going deaf. This is of course the classic KLM livery from many years ago. Over time they have made the white a lot thinner.
And Gemini 6277,
think they got
continue
rid of
descent
the
to
white.
3000 Q.
And the dark blue
flight
strip
level
was made
30.
a lot thinner.
Descent to
And
flight level 30,
that's
Gemini
further evolved
6277.
into essentially the blue dipping under the nose as opposed to on the nose. These cheat lines. They are going out of favor, of course. There's not many airlines that have them. I know Uzbek Airways, Uzbekistan Airlines has a weird variant of this, and so does Singapore Airlines. But these are, say, classic colors from back in the day. Alright, back in the airplane now. Let's get the volume back up so you can hear a little bit more of the airplane. We don't want to miss the calls when it tells me, oh, speed.
Avianca 434,
Let's get a
Curacao
flutter
terminal.
foot per minute.
Avianca 434.
Avianca 434, Curacao terminal. Hello, good afternoon. Squawk 3302.
Go 3302. Avianca 434.
Good Lord, 60 miles out, 10,000 feet. This is embarrassing.
Maneuver jumping to 434, passing flight level 200 for level 800, level Emma Bravo.
Let's get the landing lights on so that they know we're coming in.
Avianca 434, your radar contact descending through flight level 200, 40 miles inbound to Imapa. Expect the ILS runway 11 approach.
Expect ILS runway 11, Avianca 434, and confirm to your flight level.
And Avianca 434, descend to flight level 50 when ready.
Descend flight level 50, Avianca 434.
And terminal Papa Juliet Lima Echo Yankee, ready for taxi.
Okay, so it's below
Juliet
10,000.
Lima Echo Yankee, taxi to holding point Alpha runway 11. Intersection departure is available on request.
Roger, a little heavy
Because it
today,
seems a bit-
we'll head down to Bravo.
Or to start reducing.
Juliet Lima Echo Yankee, Roger, taxi to holding point Bravo runway 11.
Roger, taxi to Lola Point Bravo, 11. Lima Echo Yankee.
Max 250 below flight level 100 unless otherwise advised. So I guess yeah, 250 knots is non-negotiable. 250 knots set. You can see the island start to peak out quite long. Starts off around there, all the way out there.
Gemini 6277 via Marax, cleared RMP runway 11 approach.
Via Merrick, clear RMP runway 11, Gemini 6277.
Perfect. Alright, let's get something else there. Let's get the config there so we can see as we make changes to the configuration. Expand.
That's Terminal Lima Echo Yankee, holding short, Bravo 11.
Papa Juliet, Lima Echo Yankee, Roger, from intersection Bravo, runway 11, wind 09015, gusting 25, clear for takeoff.
Copy the wind, clear for takeoff, runway 11, Lima Echo Yankee.
KLM 163, descent to 2,500, QNH is 1012.
Descent 2500, QNH 1012, KLM 163 heavy.
Curacao Terminal, code Dutch Coordinate
2500.
Sorry, we thought you disconnected. Our bad. We have pushed and started. And we're finishing our start and we'll be ready for taxi, so just wanted to let you know.
Oh, that's no problem. Just let me know when you're ready.
We'll let you know, Dutch Coordinate 5997.
I think at Aglis I'll start slowing down further. It's been a while since I've flown the MD-11, so I just want to be more on the safer side of things.
And Papa Juliet, Lima Echo Yankee, your radar contact climbing to 700, continue south.
Roger,
Nice.
radar contact and
2000.
condition as follows. Lima Echo Yankee.
700 too low, according to the airplane.
Gemini 6277, wind 09015, gusting 25, runway 11, clear to land.
15 gusting. 5.
Wind
so
09015, clear to land, runway 11, Gemini 6277.
max on the gust.
Avianca 434, fly heading 0D20, vectors for the ILS runway 11 approach.
Next 020 vector line is 11, Avianca 434.
And Avianca 434, continue descent to 2,500, QNH 1012.
Unit 1012, descent 2500 to Avianca 434.
Curacao Terminal, Dutch Coordinate 5997 is ready for taxi.
That's Coordinate 5997, taxi to holding point Charlie runway 10, backtrack and line up runway 10. Report ready for departure.
taxi to holding point Charlie for runway 10 and backtrack. Runway 10 will report ready for departure. Corndon, correction, Dutch Corndon 5997.
Alright, Curacao in sight.
KLM 163, reduce speed 200 knots.
Speed 200 knots, KLM 163. Okay, 200 knots. Was not expecting that. 200 set. And that's still above minimum clean.
Avianca 434, turn right heading 060.
Right heading 060, Avianca 434.
And KLM 163, fly heading 220 vectors for the ILS runway 10 approach. Correction, 11 approach.
Heading 220 vectors for ILS runway 11, KLM 163. Heading 2. Sorry, terminal. Say again the heading for KLM 163.
It's going to be 220 on the heading.
Thanks, 220 KLM 163. Right, 220, not 200. The 200 was this 100, 220. Vertical speed to 2005. Like a whole lot of two.
Curacao Terminal Dutch Corndon 5997 is ready for departure. Runway 10.
That's Grand 5997, stand by. That's Grand 5997. Wind is 11016 knots, runway 10, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 10, Dutch Corndon 5997.
Caribbean control very good evening, KLM 1165 is descending to fly level 2664250. KLM 165, Curacao Terminal, hello, your radar contact descending through level 265. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 11 approach into Beatrix, and information Bravo is now current. People check Bravo, ILS Zulu runway 11, KLM 165.
Avianca 434, confirm with ILS runway 11.
Avianca 434, turn right heading 090, cleared ILS runway 11 approach.
Right heading 090, cleared ILS runway 11, Avianca 434.
KLM 163, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180, KLM 163. Heading 180. Set.
Gemini 6277, welcome to Hato, taxi to gate 3.
That's our traffic there over
Taxi
Table.
to Bay 3, Gemini 6277, thank you.
Direct intercept to David. And X4.
KLM 165, descend via the star.
Just by the star, KLM 165.
What? Let's just direct it. David/1. Must be doing something wrong there.
Avianca 434, wind 09015, costing 25, runway 11, clear to land.
Rolling Avianca 434.
Curacao 015 is a headwind of 15 knots, half of which will be 7.5, let's make 8. Plus 10, total is going to be 18. 18 knots of addition, maximum 15, so we'll add 15 knots to whatever our VRF is going to be today, which is going to be 141 plus 15, which is 156. Quite fast. Alright, let's start getting the laps out. So the first notch is coming up, it's going to be just slats essentially, and that's what we see on the EWD, flat extent.
KLM 163, reduce speed 180 or less.
Speed 180 or less, KLM 163. For your planning terminal, KLM 163, final approach speed is 160 knots.
Perfect, thank you.
In fact,
Correct, and then Dutch Grumman
I'd go ahead and
5997, your
take
radar contact, climbing to
your
9,
flaps.
flight level 94, proceed on course.
Proceed on course for Dutch Grumman 5997.
slacks extended, flaps 15.
KLM 163, fly heading 130, cleared ILS runway 11 approach.
Heading 130, cleared ILS runway 11, KLM 163. Heading 130 set. Which is a nice vector directed taper. I will just get that also. Head here. Taper.
On gate 3, Gemini 6277.
114. Okay, that
Bye,
doesn't work.
6277, thanks for flying in, hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, bye-bye.
With the ILS approach land is armed, land arm. And you can see the runway out there. The giant displays threshold waiting for me. Hey pilot ARBs, sorry for the late response. As you can see, I'm once again caught up in things that are getting a little bit over my head here. Localizer's alive, localizer captured. The heading is now 114. Platform is 25 where we are. I'll wait for the glide to come alive and then we can drop the gear and set up the rest of the airplane. Establish localizer runway 11 KLM 163.
KLM 163, roger, continue approach, your number 2.
Continue approach number 2 KLM 163. Alright, continue approach number 2.
Correction, Dutch Grumman
Let's go
5997,
to
expect the
160
ILS
knots now.
runway 11 approach into Curacao.
We're going to expect the ILS approach runway 11 to Curacao for Dutch Corendon 5997.
Another notch of flaps. Okay, drop the key. Speed brakes armed. That's flaps 28.
Avianca 434, welcome to
Let's record this
Hato.
landing.
Vacate to the right when able, and taxi to gate 2.
Again, right when able, stand 10, Avianca 434.
Glide slope captured. Mr. Perch altitude of 2,000 feet initially is set. And we'll take the last notch of flaps, flaps 35. And we'll set the lead 159 for our approach. I'll just wait till we have landing clears before disconnecting everything and making a mess of it. .20 knot headwind, half of which is 10. So I can actually go down to 151.
KLM 163 heavy wind 09015, costing 25 runway 11 clear to land.
Back to 15. Clear land runway 11 KLM 163 heavy. Alright. Clear to land. All the lights are going on. We were already through transition label and 1013, 1012, sorry, what's that? I can check that. 012. Right, wish me luck.
Curacao Terminal, Dutch Corendon to 5997 is starting its descent.
Corendon 5997, roger, descent to 2,500,
Okay, I accidentally activated the go around mode, which was not my
Descending
intention.
2500 on
So we
QNH
are just gonna
1012,
fly
Dutch Corendon
visually now.
5957.
And 62 knots at the moment. Struggling a little bit with the speed.
And Dutch Corendon 5997, sliding 290 vectors for the ILS runway 10, correction 11 approach.
Fly heading 290 vectors for the ILS.
I'm sort of ignoring the glide slope here because the
Dutch
copy
Corendon
looks to be a little bit
5997.
more accurate. Continue. Landing. Ooh, frame rates. Oh, we're gonna slam it.
KLM 163 heavy, welcome to Hato, vacate to the right when able, taxi to gate 1.
Exit right when able, stand 1, KLM 163 heavy. all the way to the end on Echo. ABS descent.
And KLM 165, contact Beatrix approach now on 120.9er.
Over to Beatrix approach 120.9er. Ja, kunnen we overzetten. Zet goed, want het blijft wel.
It'll be a bad time to find out my tiller doesn't work, huh?
Papa Juliet Lima Echo Yankee, contact Beatrix approach now on 120.9.
Over to Beatrix approach.
we made it.
120.9. Later.
Bye-bye.
It was a bit of a float, Bumigo. It wasn't a crazy float, but yeah, a little bit of a float. Wonder how the landing touchdown rate was. Turning in here. Stand 1 is what was prescribed to us. Let's start doing some additional jobs. And the TCAS can go to 1 after. Oi! Okay. Hey guys, everything's under control. I didn't realize the rudder was still controlling the tiller. So I was kind of like balancing the rudder. Don't worry. One of the good things about these airplanes built back in the day is they also come with like an off-road kit. Let's go. Operations, everybody. Nothing to tell anybody about. This is not even an air safety report. What you would write is basically like a review saying that the off-road ABS system works really well. It's all normal. Don't worry about it. In fact, I wouldn't mention it to any future employers or past employers or anybody for that. In fact, thanks for joining me on the stream. I shall be disconnecting and deleting the stream. Pleasure having you all on board here. So GSX, let's see. We're at the terminal. We have one. First follow me. Oh, okay. Express portal. Craft. Auto brake. Yeah, usually I don't have the rudder pedals coupled on the tiller as well, so you need larger movement where you want it to be. So that wasn't the case today, obviously. Gate 1 is the first gate right next to the Avianca there. Let's get the AP power coming on. At least.
That's Grand 59er turn right heading 320.
Turn right heading
All
320. Dutch Grand on 59er 7.
Brakes. I'll start spooling up the right engine, so I guess momentum on the turn. So left engine is here. The marshaller turning right next to that Avianca. What do you think of the wingtip clearance? Oh, great, Captain. Thought you might say that. Great, excellent. What do you think of the parking, Captain? I think it's great, Captain. Oh, damn. Nobody wants to.
Go 434 on block, thanks for your service, good night.
Okay, I gotta say I know for myself that I am not parked. Wait, there's a little bit of a...
That's our points again.
I think go 434 logging off, thanks for your service, good day.
Echo 434, thanks for flying, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. That's Brandon 599er7, turn right heading 020.
Turn right heading 020. Dutch Brandon 599er7.
Alright, here we are. Parking brake set. So waiting for the AP power available, and then we would shut down the engines IRL, but we're not going to do that because we have a replay that we want. So, back onto spot view. The flaps are still down, I'm not entirely sure. I did say flaps up. I didn't command them up, so they were still down. They're coming up now, and I'll shut down the engine. Thanks, Domi. Hey, Alpha Sierra Aviation. Can you shut down 2 engines and leave 1 on? I guess I can, and I think that is something people would do. I just felt like I was a bit heavy, and I don't know very much how to do this. It's not basically an APU. Look at the size of that. I think the middle engine is actually, they're all the same. Of course, the nacelle here is slightly different, but look at the intake on that. Oh, it's a full-on engine. We're gonna watch that replay just now.
And that's Brandon 599er7, turn right heading 080, cleared ILS runway 11 approach.
Turn right heading 080, cleared ILS 11 approach for Dutch Brandon 599er7.
I'll see you text on below 1 sec, guys. Okay guys, we're gonna go watch a replay, so it's gonna be a little bit silly here, but we're gonna take the flaps back out. Do flaps, I think when I started the replay was 15. The gear was likely still up. Get the landing lights on. And all these lights. We disconnect. Watch that replay. Okay, so I don't know how many frames, sorry, not frames, feet per minute I managed to do. I think it was a good amount of feet per minute. We're definitely 100% disconnected. Let me get rid of the Volanta stuff. So we can end flight to Volanta. And we don't need the cleans. Alright, super. Let's watch this replay. Well, Alpha Sierra Aviation, I come off as a default aircraft, most likely due to modern matchmaking issues. But then again, it is an MD-11 and it's not something that's really flown all that often. So that's probably why. Water masking around Curacao doesn't look too great. It might actually be like this IRL, but I thought it would be more reef. Really a nice beach resort down there. Nice, looks expensive. Loud, yes, it is loud. I'm correcting that for us now. Jimmy girl, thank you. And we need to make sure we have one more thing, which is the spoilers need to be off. Alright. Let's see how this goes. At this point, I'm pretty sure I had flaps at 35, so let's go ahead and set the full. Okay. MD-11 into Curacao. Okay, should I leave the landing rate on once again, or should I, well, let me get rid of myself. We have our airplane, less me. And do we want to see what the landing rate was? Once again, of course, it'll be a little different from the first time compared to now. Or shall we get rid of the landing rate pop-up? Please advise. This is some oil refinery right here. Yeah, I'm leaving the landing right on. That's where my frame rates went. Hi, puppy. And then we went all the way to the end of the run. Super wide run with that entire airplane within the runway. It's quite cool. Thanks, Alpha Sierra Aviation. Appreciate that. It was pretty cool. I noticed that the landing rate. Oh, right. So we don't actually know what the landing rate was. So that seems to be a job for Volanta. Volanta says that we touched down at 255 foot per minute with a landing force of 1.2 G. Which is great. For someone who doesn't really fly MD-11, I should do more often. Quite exciting to work around with. Oh, minus 180, Boomy Girl? Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. Minus 180. Minus 180. That's what it is. Shared cockpit next, probably in a week, maybe 8 days or 10 days. I will not be around. I won't be in the UAE, in my country, from 2nd until like the end, like a week after the 2nd. So maybe after all that, Alpha Sierra Aviation. Cool. Thanks very much for joining me again this evening. Hope you all had a nice arrival scene coming in to Curacao. The scenery, of course, was not as incredible as one might expect. Here is you can see where the yeah, anyway, so we will end the stream here before there's more evidence about things that have happened. And thanks very much for joining me, and we'll catch you all later. I'll see you tomorrow, Boomy Girl. Arrivederci, grazie, ciao.